Hello, Moon Boy. Fantasizing about going to the moon again, eh? Have you ever put any thought into how to actually get there? I mean, you are called Moon Boy after all. Shouldn't you maybe go to the moon every once in a while? You've had an idea? And it's going to get you to the moon? Well, it sounds like you need an epic montage.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Infinaeon Friday. Guys, new channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and know what? The notification bell, pop that over there, put on all whenever we do have our live streams, and comment down below if you watch this video afterwards. I'm Squidgrow Joe, Defi Shaun. Today we have Liam, founder of Coinpresso. It's going to be a great Infinaeon Friday. Really appreciate everybody joining us today.
All right, what's going on, everyone? So, as most people know, I know a lot of people have been playing around on the testnet. I think I said it last week, but we are basically done the token builder. It's on the final stages. The designer's full, I guess you can say, attention has been turned to the lunar pump. That is the very last thing that we have to do prior to the blockchain going live. I'll touch on that at the end of the video, but we were supposed to have Liam on last week. Unfortunately, he wasn't feeling well, but we do have him this week to kind of go over what was currently going on with the meta ads and different things like that, and also to discuss in more detail. I know I kind of touched on it, but he's the man we need to talk to when it comes to the programmatic ads and everything that we're doing. But yeah, with all that being said, Liam, if you want to go ahead and take it over.
Yeah, thanks, Shaun. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, great to be here again. I'm sorry I had to miss last week. I had like the worst sore throat, so I couldn't even speak anyway, even if I wanted to. But yeah, it passed in a day. It's nice that we're post the COVID era now, where you can get a sore throat and it's not like the end of the world for 2 weeks. But yeah, good to be back. Hello, everyone. Yeah, it's great being here and catching up with all of you. Got a few updates to go through today. As Shaun mentioned, in relation to Meta, in relation to programmatic, also on the PR side as well. Just sort of wanted to get everyone up to speed there. But yeah, first things first. Let's start off with Meta. So Meta's going pretty well. We've recently added some further geos to the strategy to help with global reach. So we've added some European geos, including Germany, Austria, Italy, and Turkey off the top of my head, which we tend to get pretty good return on ad spend with when it comes to pre-sale based ads. There are a couple more as well, but yeah, those are the main ones in and around Europe. The initial month or two are considered learning phases. This is now finished, and the campaign's finished profitable, which is a really good starting point going forward. So typically when you run an ads campaign, you use that initial period to optimize the ads and put them through that learning phase, and then ramp up thereafter, which is where we are now, looking to ramp and scale going forward. Since Meta started, we've attributed well over $100,000 to the overall raise just through that one ads layer alone. There's obviously a lot of different things going into this marketing mix, both Web 2 and Web 3 marketing. But yeah, Meta alone is well into six figures now. So it's contributed a decent amount to the overall pre-sale value. And of course, it is that just the initial learning phase, as I mentioned. So expecting performance to ramp up and that pre-sale raise amount to increase exponentially from here onwards. There was another thing that I wanted to update you guys on as well. Some of you mentioned in relation to comments and there being some FUD there. I understand that completely where people are coming from in that regard. There's like a well-known saying, not just in marketing, but in life in general. Like the village idiots tend to have the loudest voices, and we get that with meta ads all the time. People that don't understand generally, first and foremost, will FUD something because that's like the immediate reaction that they have to something that they don't get. So again, like, while I take on board everyone's feedback there. Those people don't really make a difference in the wider sense of performance. However, I've asked one of our ads managers to check these for you daily. And since we've done that, I haven't seen any FUD since. So thanks for raising that. But yeah, just wanted to sort of wrap that point up as it was a conversation piece in the TG maybe about a week or so ago. We'll be publishing some more ads in the coming days for Meta. Including new creatives, new ad copies. So do keep an eye on those. Do also, smash like, smash the reaction buttons when you do see those ads because it does really help. And also your bullish comments definitely help with the whole impression share piece as well. So thank you to everyone that does put in comments and interactions. I do see people regularly doing it. So yeah, very much appreciative of that. To sort of sum up Meta in a snapshot, generally happy with where this is at and expecting this ramp up now as we end the year and gear up for this launch at the end of Q1. Anything that you have questions about at any point at all, then obviously do use the chat on the stream here or ping me in the Telegram at any time. Moving on to PR. So PR is going quite well. It's typically not something that we talk about too much because it's more like a top of funnel brand awareness piece. But I thought it would be good just to sort of go over a bit about what we do there and just sort of show what happens with that type of content. So we've published nearly 100 articles in 3 months, which is in line with our scope, including like the more marquee names, Decrypt, Crypto Daily, Benzinga, Business Insider, have all published content for Infinaeon. Going forward, we'll be publishing as many articles as possible across different domains. So I want to like drill down on this process and why we do that and just sort of show you a bit of an example as to our approach for PR. So there's like a really big misconception within crypto PR, like sponsored or press releases, that the bigger outlets always yield the better performance. Like it's patently false. If you look at Cointelegraph, for example, like an article with Cointelegraph with a sponsored tag within their press releases or sponsored section will cost price between 6,000 to 7,000 USD for one article, which depends on the length and the type of content that it is. The traffic that you then receive from this article, it's minimal. Like we typically see when we used to do public PR with Cointelegraph years ago, we get about 50 to 70 sessions of traffic for $6,000 in media spend, which is actually, is a bit of a rip-off, to be honest. They use like the brand name of Cointelegraph to sort of push, a really flashy pitch deck on you. But in reality, they then hide that sponsored content within a super obscure section of their website where no one actually really goes from like an organic sense. So you're only like remarketing that article to your existing community when they read it, when you upload it on your socials. Whereas with like the tier 2 and the tier 3 guys like Coin Republic, Blockonomy, Crypto News, Crypto Money, they publish these articles on their homepage, so they then get better CTR or what's called click-through rate. And it's also significantly better for Google Discover traffic as well. So I'm just going to sort of share you a bit of an example of what we do here. Shaun, I've just hit share screen. Can you bring that up on the stream?
Yep, it should be. Everyone should be able to see.
Nice. So This is a really good example of what we do. We refer to this as like a parasitic approach to PR. I don't know if you'd be familiar with Akash Network. It's like a top 100 blockchain. I think it's like 90th by market cap. So when now at the moment, if a user searches for Akash Network and hits Google News, we're now position 1 with our article for Infinaeon for Akash Network's branded search. So what we're actually doing there is we're attracting search impression share from other projects' branded search and then pooling that into our own. And that's referred to as like a parasitic approach. This article costs about $500, and the value that it gets versus the likes of Cointelegraph is significantly more in terms of the marketing value that you get for your marketing dollars. So that's why we do that approach. I just wanted to sort of highlight that because it's not like us being cheap as marketers. It's actually, let's get our content on as many domains as possible and get as much Google Discover traffic as possible, which is exactly what this is. Like anything within the news snippet of Google is known as Google Discover traffic, and it's a really valuable form of organic search traffic. Finally, programmatic, which has sort of been the big buzzword of the last couple of weeks. We're now live with programmatic ads. The campaign is in a ramp up and learning phase. Probably, a lot of you will ask that maybe don't have a marketing background. What is programmatic? It is one of, in terms of like our advertising inventory, it's one of the best performing ads layers for ROAS, or return on ad spend. So this is broken down into 2 ad layers: display ads and native ads. But these, when you hear display ads, don't think like this is any old rubbish like Coinzilla, Dex Tools, PooCoin ads, things that people see and never actually, do any have any conversion from. We use top tier PPC inventory. So these ads run on 98% of websites across the internet. If you name a URL, there is a high chance that we can run ads there. The most prominent domains like Bloomberg, CNBC, Forbes, Yahoo Finance, Fortune, the Business Insider, Daily Mail, like all the top tier, like tier 1 news publications, we can run an ad there. It's all based on cost per mile and impressions and a 30-day attribution window. So anybody that sees our ad on these websites, we're then able to track them for 30 days if they then go and make a purchase on the presale.infinion presale widget. So really good for brand because people sees, the likes of Infinion rubbing shoulders with, these really big tier 1 publications. So it's good for top of funnel. But it's also really good for conversion as well, because we report exactly, same as we do with Meta, how much you're putting in, how much you're returning in terms of revenue. Typically, when you run an ads campaign like Google Search or Google Performance Max, for example, you can target like the basics, like the geos and the age range of a user from their session data or their cookies. But with programmatic, we can target users based on their browsing behavior and what content they actually interact with. So if people interact with pre-sales, with Ethereum, with blockchain, XRP, whatever it might be, we will then serve them the ad based on the relevance of what they've looked at before, which means that we're serving to the most relevant audiences and our budget is optimized as best as possible. That's pretty much the update as quick as I could fit in within 14 minutes. So that pretty much sums up where we're at for now. I will, of course, take some time to answer any questions. Please ping them over in the chat. I'll hang around for a little while. If I don't get back to you on the call today for whatever reason, then you can ping me in the Telegram and I'll respond ASAP. I do try and check in there whenever I can. But yeah, Shaun, thank you. Back to you.
Yeah, appreciate that breakdown. Again, everyone's always interested in the raise and the marketing and everything that we have gone. Joe, were you able to get what I sent over to you? Oh, you're muted, Joe.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I have it right over here. Hold on 1 second. I will. There we go.
Yeah, so this is, yep, just a quick look. So this is the token locker for people that are launching tokens on the blockchain and different things like that. Not sure. Can we zoom in at all?
Yeah.
If not, Yeah, no biggie. But there we go. So that's gonna be what the token locker looks like. It's pretty much done. I want to say the developers are doing the last part of it. Like I said, the designer, he is full blown on Lunar Pump. We had a big meeting yesterday about it. Also, different things that we want to implement into it. Not sure. There was one main thing at the end of the conversation that we want to implement. I'm not sure if we want to announce it. I'll hold off until I get confirmation. But yeah, that's pretty much the last thing until we can move towards mainnet. Probably a really good chance that we are going to get mainnet going before the end of the year. As everyone knows, Q1 for the token, but we are trying to get that blockchain going ASAP. And I said it last week, and I'll say it every week, to set expectations. Would it be nice? Yes, what I'm about to say, but I don't expect to launch the blockchain and have 7-8 million transactions. Seeing different people talk, I think a lot of people are going to have the mindset, it's boom or bust day one. And it's not necessarily how it goes. All blockchains that launch take a little bit of time to gain adoption. Now, is it possible that we have a crazy amount of transactions the first day, the first week? 100% possible. But I always kind of like to set expectations that we are a newer blockchain. When we do start that marketing push, we're going to be going hard once it's live. But again, I think we all need to have realistic expectations that, we're not going to surpass base the first weekend, transactions and different things like that. But yeah, that's Joe's giving a good look at all the stuff, what the token locker looks like. And then again, the next thing you guys are going to see a preview of will be Lunar Pump. At that point, we'll be putting the finalized touches on it. And yeah, we'll be ready to move to go to market.
So I'm just looking through the token locker. I really like the trending part on top. I always say it, but I really do think that's really, really cool how that is. I think it's really important to show everything else trending on here as well. Because we're used to it. Our brains are automatically used to the top to see what are the trending projects. That's why, like, you see a lot of websites, they put the most important information on top, or at least information to draw your eye on, why there's all relevant information as well. So that's really, really cool to see that as well.
Yep. And another cool thing, I'm glad you said that. Basically, all the products being released are basically MVP products, minimum viable products. They are no doubt going to be continued to be built on moving forward. What you see is by no means a finished product. Everything from the token builder to the DEX to everything is just going to continue to be added on. We're going to continue to add more features. And again, even with Lunar Pump, I want to say I saw a stat, I mentioned this in chat like 2 days ago, like 66% of Solana's transactions were done on Pump Fund. So that's, again, the biggest reason why we're creating this. I know Pump Fund creates a lot of revenue from their Pump Fund system. Lunar Pump is not necessarily being designed to be a huge revenue maker per se. We're going to make the bonding curve a little bit less. It's going to cost less to launch on it. So it could be a lot of different things that we're going to do to hopefully outdo what Pump Fund is offering. So that's our main target. And then the main focus of Lunar Pump is to create transactions. That's the biggest reason why it came to be. Like I said, there's another really cool feature that we're working on implementing. I'm pretty sure it is going to be able to be implemented, but I don't want to say it just yet, just in case it can't be. But yeah, probably by next week, Alex, you can even confirm it, but probably by next week, we'll have some really good screenshots if the design may even actually be completely done by next Infinaeon Friday. So again, guys, it's right around the corner.
Yeah, I just wanted to add one more thing with the Lunar Pump Fund. People have to understand that when you look at Pump.Fund, the amount of projects created daily is absolutely insane. And obviously there's a huge bonding curve and they all try to strive for it, but it's absolutely phenomenal. They are still connected to Solana though. So they're not, so they have to go by Solana and they make a lot of transactions on it. With Lunar Pump.Fund, we're trying to create something massive that's a little bit different from them, but still a grab and show and show everybody see what they're doing. What we have our own version of it, and obviously with an easier bonding curve, making it easier, so it makes it more attractive because everybody wants to win. It sucks creating a project not hitting your bonding curve, so everybody wants to have that win. Everybody wants to have that victory, and with Lunar Pump.Fund, you can. The ideal goal for everybody is you can by hitting that bonding curve, by joining in something that's not Solana, but it's maybe it's different from what people might be used to. But will still be easier. It'll be more fun. And it'll be the same kind of excitement of launching a token. I mean, I saw Nintendo token launch and hit its spot. Absolutely insane. GameStop token. And there's so many fun ways that can be used and abused with Luna Pump that fun. So we have Web3. You want to read?
No, go ahead, Joe.
No, he just says Tuesday we'll have a meeting with the developers. Then we want to confirm a few things here. We aim to finish the design for Friday.
Yep. So to clarify, that's the design. So once the design's done, it's going to get handed off to the developers so they can do all their dev stuff and get it ready. So just to clarify, Lunar Pump itself won't be done by Friday. We're talking about the design, which is actually the lengthier process from everything else that we've done. So it is just right around the corner. It's a really cool design. I think everyone's going to love it. It did kind of take some inspiration from the Lunar Pump video that we play, pretty much entering into everything. So that's kind of what you can look at to kind of get an idea what it's going to look like. Because remember, it's designed to be fun. So while you see the token locker and the decks all have this very sleek, serious design, this one is designed to be a little bit more fun. So it's a little bit more playful. We didn't want it to be as serious as like Infinity Swap and what you're looking at on the screen, but we also didn't want it to be as, lack of a better word, as dumb as pump fun. We kind of wanted it to kind of be somewhere in the middle, and I think we did achieve that. It looks really cool. And yeah, go ahead, guys. Ask any questions. Usually we are bombarded for questions. I know it's a holiday in the U.S., but I'm not seeing tons of questions like I normally do. Tons of chatter, but not tons of questions.
Yeah, guys, and besides asking questions, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button. It's really important to get the word out about Infinaeon, get the word about what we're doing. Liam said it makes a great point as well. Whenever you see the ads, interact with those ads. Hit the like, comment down below, get involved with those ads because it is important to get the word out as well. Everyone doing this to get the word out just spreads the word massive and massive, and it just becomes a massive snowball effect. So definitely do that. Definitely get involved. And once again, guys, if you have any questions, let us know right now. This is probably the best time to ask questions. If you have any for Liam, any for Shaun, myself, or just in general about Infinaeon, ask them down below. Looking into all this, what we're seeing here is, everything is coming along and everything's coming together really nicely. And I know someone said before to Web3, when Lunar, where's Lunar Pump? Web3 said, listen, it's when. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. It's rolling out. And by next week, we're going to show you some more information about that. So don't worry about that whatsoever. It's just a matter of time. And we're definitely focusing on getting out as fast as possible, but as efficiently as possible. Deplorable G then says, any update on the mini app? You mean it, Shaun?
Sorry about that. So we actually decided to push the mini app back closer to the launch of the token. So after talking to developers in previous projects that utilize the mini app, it kind of was, I guess, almost a waste, I guess you can say, to launch the mini app this far prior to launch. So the mini app will be something that's getting launched a little bit closer to the launch of the token. So in Q1 of 2025. Again, it does cost a decent amount of money to develop, and we don't want to waste what it has to offer too early. But yeah, it more than likely will be coming right around the time of the token launch.
Got a question from Ricardo. He says, when do you think the raise is going to skyrocket? When the blockchain launch?
Again, that's kind of like price. I can't really comment too much on that and say, oh, this is going to happen or that's going to happen. But looking at other projects, usually when the blockchain goes live, or actually I take it back. A lot of times when testnet goes live, you'll start to see a lot of traction and different things around the project. So I am predicting that once mainnet goes live, yes, we will be getting a lot of attention on us. Again, because we're offering you the product live for you to see, not just on testnet, but on mainnet, when you still have the opportunity to get in, I guess, quote unquote, early. So many people see stuff and they're like, oh man, I'm late. Well, in this situation, you're actually going to be able to see mainnet live, and you won't be able to say I'm late because you actually will still have the opportunity to get in and get a piece of that early part of everything launching.
Got a question from Picardo. He says, and any news on more projects that's going to launch on the chain?
Again, plenty projects have reached out. It's not us launching them. They don't need our permission or anything. So exactly what's going to happen right when the blockchain launches, I can't say for sure because, again, I've had plenty of people say they're doing it. Are they doing it? I'm not sure. Like I said, it'll be up to them to see exactly what happens once we go live.
Yeah, I just want to add one more thing to that. Obviously, we want to have as many projects launch as possible. We love for every project to launch with us. But like Shaun says, we don't know exact number. We don't know how many. We hear about projects launching. We hear about projects getting ready to do this and that. But at the end of the day, the reality is until launch day, we all don't know. None of us knows. But we want everyone to launch with us. We want projects to maybe even bridge over. We want projects to even consider joining up with Infinaeon. And by doing that, you can talk to projects that maybe have an AMA and say, hey, listen, maybe you want to bridge over with Infinaeon, or talk to some people that are looking at the launch of projects. Say, hey, listen, we got a new blockchain. It looks really good. It's ever appreciating. You really want to go check it out? Bring them over to Infinaeon, show them, let them read, let them do the information, let them do the get the information, because right now launching on a lot of different chains has a lot of ups and downs, and we're going to be the new kid on the block, and we're looking to get as many projects as possible. But once again, like Shaun said, we really don't know, but we really want as many people, because we're bullish about this as anyone else could be, because of all the work that's been put into this.
Yep. And again, I've said it multiple times, but this is a marathon, not a sprint. We can have 2 projects launch on day 1. In a year from now, it's one of the biggest blockchains. Or we can have 500 projects launch day 1. In a year from now, it doesn't even exist because no one even wants to mess around on it. So what happens day 1, the first week, the first month is kind of, I guess, irrelevant. Obviously, we want to get off the ground running, but what happens day 1 isn't going to set the stage for what this blockchain is going to be. Again, want to put that into perspective. Solana, different blockchains like that took years to get on the map and be mentioned with some of the top blockchains. So what happens day 1 or week 1 doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's going to happen, moving forward. If we have 4,000 tokens launched, it doesn't mean that we're going to be one of the biggest blockchains a year from now, and vice versa. We could have 10 projects launched, and that doesn't mean that we won't be one of the biggest blockchains moving forward. So I just, again, want to set expectations so that when it launches, everyone isn't expecting that we have to be as big as Solana day 1 or else it's a failure, because that's 100% just the furthest thing from the truth of what will happen.
Absolutely. The team's still going to be working on and focusing on and delivering on and looking to grow and get big. So this isn't something that we're just launching and saying hopefully it works like a token. No. It's more than that. It's way more than that. It's a whole ecosystem. It's a foundation, and we're definitely looking to build upon that foundation.
Yep. And like I said, real quick, like day 1, 5 projects or 500 projects, it doesn't change what we're doing. We're still chugging along to start the marketing campaign, to push the blockchain to as many people as possible, to get the pre-sale wrapped up, to get all the integrations that we need. So what happens day 1 of the blockchain is irrelevant to us. We're pushing forward no matter what happens.
We got a question from Anthony. He says, has anything started yet with Trust Wallet?
So we are working on that. We would like to raise a little bit more funds before we can actually pull Trust Wallet off. I'm not sure if we set the price. I'm not sure if we're allowed to say the price. I'm not sure what that is, but it is tens of thousands of dollars. And you have to keep one thing in mind too. With this raise, we have to keep a certain amount set aside for LP for the token launch. We can't be irresponsible and just spend all the funds to try to get ahead of ourselves. It's something that we're doing very strategically with everything that we roll out. Because again, this isn't our money. We have to be responsible with it. So Trust Wallet, if I had to guess, will not be there day 1, but it kind of depends how the raise goes the next couple of weeks, and yeah, we'll kind of go from there.
We have a question from the Pro DJ, and she says, kind of random, but has Spirits Finance been thought about integrating with?
Honestly, I'm not familiar with Spirits Finance. I mean, nor have I talked to them, but yeah, you'd have to elaborate. I'm not even sure exactly what they do.
Yeah. Guys, once again, make sure to hit the subscribe button, like button, comment down below if you're watching this video afterwards. Hit the notification bell, put it on all, just to be notified when we do have our Infinaeon Friday live streams, or any live streams. We just sometimes we do them sporadically. Guys, if you have any more questions, we're going to be wrapping this up soon. So any more questions, let us know the last bit of questions. It's been a lot. I know it's been a lot of every week hearing more and more and more. and just waiting for the release. But you have to understand, when these things come out, we want to come out and roll out as perfectly as possible. That is the goal. And like Shaun says, if we don't hit the ground day one, it doesn't mean we're dead day one. It means we are going to be growing from day one. And that's what we're doing. We're looking to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And by doing that is obviously getting the word of Infinaeon out to everybody, letting them join and see what we're about. So that's something we're all really excited about. You know, here at Infinaeon, we really want things to get bigger and bigger. And we're always looking to talk and, once again, get the word out.
I've been really quickly, Joe. I've been doing this for a few years now, and just to sort of echo on the point that you made, Shaun. Like Solana, we're raising money for years. Like Arbitrum, we're raising money for years. There are other projects in the space that I'm not going to name because you'll probably guess who they are. That have raised hundreds of millions of dollars, but have spent a lot of that money doing it. So at the same time, when you look at what's in the treasury, what money has been raised, what money you guys have put into the project yourself, actually still a lot of resources there with more to come in line with the raise. So actually, if we look at other projects that are out there that have established these hundreds of millions of dollars raises, they've taken years to do it. And again, they've penetrated a lot of those funds by the time they get to market. And I think that's a really important point to take into account here. Q1 of next year is not a long time to wait. And considering how long the project's been in pre-sale thus far, actually the timeline that's been given by this team, I think, is a really fair one. That allows the right amount of time to scale the project effectively, build the community and whatnot, but not too long at the same time, so people can start seeing their tokens in whatever wallet that it might be. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because it's everyone wants to launch tomorrow with a 100k market cap and 10k LP, so they can do 20x on day one and dump on day two. This is not that kind of project, and it's a lot more sustainable. And I can see that from the years that I've been in this space. And I think you guys are doing it right.
Appreciate it. Yeah, because we now a lot of this is thanks to Crypto on Calls, which is our company. And I want to say we raised a good 150,000 before I think we even ran our first Web 2 ad. So we kind of really got that jump. And yeah, even when you count the development costs that we've had since launch, like I said, we did build the blockchain out of pocket. So not even including that, just the DEX and Lunar Pump and everything we've done so far. I want to say we still have at least half of what we raised so far available to us. So again, we're being very strategic. We're not running through funds because if something does happen, we have to have funds to be able to launch the token and everything that we need. Again, not naming any names, but I know a lot of projects out there that are doing 7-figure raises. Their main goal is to raise funds. You hear a lot of stuff in the background when you have different companies and stuff. Our ultimate goal is to have a great product. That's our ultimate goal, is to have a great blockchain. Said that from day one, and that is always going to be our main goal. And yeah, we are striving towards that. And to answer this real quick, Infinaeon, the blockchain we are trying to get launched before the end of the year, to clarify. The token will definitely not be this year. The token will be Q1 of 2025. So the token you receive in pre-sale, that will be Q1 of 2025. The blockchain is what we're trying to get launched this year. And if you're newer, you can check out the website. The native token is not required to run the blockchain. So the LP token, or the wrapped ETH, and the gas token are totally separate than the native token. So that's why we're able to launch the blockchain before the native token. And the beauty of that is the funds that are meant for the native token to buy and burn will build up in the wallet or into the contract prior to launch. So those funds are not going to be spent in advance. They are going to be saved for the token launch. So depending on how good we do with the blockchain, there could be potentially tens of thousands of dollars waiting for this token to launch, to buy and burn, and different things like that. So again, Infinaeon holders, very exciting times ahead.
Absolutely, guys. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up right now. I'm Squidgrow Joe, Defi Shaun, is Liam, and we'll see you guys next Infinaeon Friday.
Hello, Moon Boy. Fantasizing about going to the moon again, eh? Have you ever put any thought into how to actually get there? I mean, you are called Moon Boy after all. Shouldn't you maybe go to the moon every once in a while? had an idea? And it's going to get you to the moon? Well, it sounds like you need an epic montage.